it's a big it's a big game in the universe. A lot of races, a lot of beings want the Earth, and I think the Draco, the all reptilian, and the Grey have agreement with a lot of government, so they don't want to destroy our Earth, you know. But I know a lot of beings, good beings, want to stop Draco and stop this agreement, because with this agreement, the humanity can't rise like they want, and it's not a good thing, because Draco want to lower frequency, and the frequency of Draco is the afraid people with information, with go inside your mind, and a lot of people in the internet appear like I don't have a name, but there are some people arrive and falling in the sky and blah blah blah. I am the truth, and I am the best, and I am okay, if you want, but the truth get out at the good moment, and I think this is a good moment to the truth arrive.
You're listening to Exopolitics Today with Dr. Michael Salla, your source for the uncensored truth regarding the human, extraterrestrial, global, and political agenda. Click the like button and subscribe to this channel. And now, here's Dr. Michael Salla.
Well, it's my great pleasure to introduce and welcome back to Exopolitics Today, Jean Charles Moyen, who has just completed his second Starseed Revelations, or Starseed Revelations 2. So welcome to the show, Jean Charles.
Hello, Michael.
Well, this is really quite an important video or documentary that you've put together, because you do more than just tell a story. You do more than just share what you experienced as a contactee and within the French secret space program, which you discussed in Starseed Revelation 1, but in Starseed Revelation 2, you actually interview people who corroborate your story, and you actually have material like photographs and material studies and scientific experts looking at your data and corroborating that. So that is very unique.
Oh yes, it's very unique. It's never seen before in the world. And I'm waiting since a lot of years to give this proof, because I was not sure, do I present my proof, and now I feel inside of me it's time to reveal the rest of my story. And I have the chance in my first documentary, Starseed Revelation 1, I was contacted by a friend and a family, and they tell me, if you want, I can testimony what I live with you. And I say, okay, so you agree? Yes. And I have the chance that these people live with me in 25 and 26 years and a lot of years, can testimony in my new documentary. This witness is very important, because they see everything I talk about, my life, my extraterrestrial contact, Victor, and a lot of things, incredible but true.
Well, one of the earliest experiences you had, well, actually the first experience you had was when you were 4 years old and you disappeared at a beach, and you were taken on board one of the craft, and you were gone for an hour or so. And what you have in Starseed Revelation 2 is an interview with your mother, where she discusses what happened. So do you want to share what your mother had to say about your disappearance?
Yes, exactly. My mother remembers that precisely when I disappeared in front of her, and she talked about this memory, and she's incredible because my parents are old now, and I'm very, very happy they accept to testimony in my new documentary.
Well, you have described certain abilities that you have, and that these abilities have enabled you to do a lot of things. Now, one of the experiences that you described was that you would sometimes generate an electrical effect where you would somehow, if you're feeling tired, that you would somehow generate a powerful electromagnetic field within yourself and around yourself, and that would turn off lights around you. And in the documentary, you have your mother and your best friend actually describing how you would do this when you're young.
Yes, exactly. My best friend testimony in my new documentary, and for me it's very important because he live with me every experience I have during 26 and 27 years, because this is my best friend. So he described my interaction with electricity, and it was amazing because when I was very tired, and I recharge me and suck the light and the light off, and after that I was a little light like a reflection, but we are in a dark inside my eyes, and I was powerful. And a lot of people know me at this time, say, okay, Jean Charles, can you light on, please, because we are in the dark.
Yes, well, you describe, or you actually have 3 people, including your mother and 2 friends, that describe you doing these things. Now, you know, these abilities that you began displaying, now, can we say that they were a result of this contact experience you had when you were 4 years old, that the extraterrestrials took you on the craft, and that you were somehow activated, and after that you had these remarkable abilities? Is that where it all began?
Yeah. The first when I was born, in the roof of the hospital, when my mother birthed me, there was electric arc in the sky, a storm, and my mother and my father called me Captain Storm because it was electrifying. So when I disappear in the beach, on the beach in France, after reappear, my abilities with electricity begin. When I cry, like every child, you know, the light pulse, you know. When I have interaction with my emotion, my parents, oh, it's curious because when he cry, the light is pulsation, you know. So I think everything starts after my abduction on the beach.
So you have this ability to just generate electrical currents, charges that affect electronics around you. That's one ability. Another one that you describe is healing, that you have this ability to heal people remotely. And what was remarkable in the documentary, that you have the testimony of a friend of yours, a policeman in Quebec, whose wife was pregnant, and she started bleeding, and he was unable to come to her rescue, and at that time he was somewhere else, and so he phoned you. So you want to explain what happened?
Yes, my friend called me one night and tell me I have a big problem. My wife is a pregnancy, intrauterine pregnancy, and she bleeding, a lot of bleeding, and she make a hemorrhage, you know. So he tell me, can you do something to stop the bleeding? And because I can't go to my home. I was in 1 or 2 hours in drive, so I'm not very quiet about that. So can you do something? Okay, no problem. And I'm concentrate and visualization about the body, and in 2 or 3 minutes, the bleeding stop, everything stop, and the next day they come, my friend and her wife come to hospital, and the doctors don't understand why the bleeding stop, and it's a miracle. So I don't know, because the universe asked my request.
So I think you also discussed another healing incident where Victor,
Yeah.
you summoned Victor. So you want to explain? I mean, first, just explain or remind the audience who Victor is, and how he was summoned by you to perform a healing.
Yeah, Victor is my brother of stars, real. I met Victor for the first time when I was 12 in my room. And there is a noise in my room, and I opened my eyes, and I was in contact with beings, tall beings, no hair, green skin, and red eyes. And he introduced, hello, my name is Victor. And this is the first time I saw Victor. So Victor is like my protector. And he teach me a lot of things when I was in a ECSP. So this is the explanation who is Victor. And there is a lot of explanation in my video capsule in my YouTube channel, Connection Alien. You are all capsule described in with detail. So Victor, when I want more power, I ask sometimes to Victor to pump up the power. And my one friend in the documentary was very sick, and I say to my friend, maybe I can do something for you. I can pray for you. I can send an energy in the consume corridor. So she tell me, okay, thank you. But at this time, I was in contact with Victor, and Victor tell me, if you want, I can make something with energy, and don't tell nothing, okay? It's a surprise. Okay. So I don't tell nothing to my friend, and I do a healing it at the distance. Yesterday, the next day, I call my friend, and she tell me, "Oh, I go better. Thank you very much, and it's work. I'm fine. Oh, I have something to tell you." Yes, yeah, something very strange, because when I opened my eyes, I saw a person in the bottom of my bed, and it was Victor. I have chilling when I say that. What? And she tell me, yes, in the front of me, and with her hand like this. And I remember his face. He was green with red eyes, with a suit, and it was Victor. So this is a proof. He was really to the room of my friend, and she don't know that Victor came in her house.
So your mother actually also saw Victor, and you actually have a recording of her being interviewed where she discusses her experience with Victor. So you want to explain that, because that's corroborating evidence there, that wasn't just you maybe having delusions, as some people might claim, that your mother actually saw Victor as well. So that's very important.
Exactly. When my mother, I took this episode in my video capsule in my web channel. Yes, my mother was alone, and I was in the school, and my dad working, and she felt something very strange. She felt she is not alone in a room. So she read a book, and when she raised her head in the pendulum Breton clock, she looked and she watched, she saw a shape behind her, and it was Victor. And when she turned around, there was nothing. But when she raised her head in the reflection of the pendulum, she saw Victor.
So Victor was also seen by Elena Danan. So there you have another witness saying that they saw this tall, green-skinned, red-eyed being with black hair, again corroborating that this extraterrestrial is working with you.
Yes, my friends, when I spoke about healing, there is 2 minutes, it was Elena.
Okay, all right, well, that's very, very significant. Now, one of the kind of most remarkable aspects of your experiences and your efforts to corroborate and show evidence of these was a trip, a teleportation, or a vivid dream. I mean, you initially describe it as a vivid dream, but then realized that it's actually physical teleportation to a planet in the Antares star system. And when you went there, that you saw a lot of water that was red due to some crystals at the bottom. And so you filled up a bottle with the water and some of the crystals and brought that home. So you want to explain, what it was you saw on that world in Antares and how you got there?
Yeah. When I was young, I do a lot of vivid dream. We say vivid dream. It's not astral travel, because when I wake up in the morning, I was tan in my skin. And when I dream about Bahamas or Hawaii or whatever, in the bottom of my bed, there was a white sand. And we live in a building in the 9th floor in Paris. So it's impossible, So one day, my father tell me, if you can teleport you in your dream, really, why you teleport you more far? Like what? I don't know, like another planet. Okay. And I dream I was on the planet Antares. And when I was on the planet, there is a crystal on the ground, a big crystal, like a geode. And the water was red. And there is the cat people, dog people, hybrid, a lot of beings, very kind with me. And it was a vivid dream. I feel the wind, I feel the water. And when I wake up in my bed, my pants was wet. So what is this? Okay. And the next day, I decide to sleep with my little backpack, a bag, and with a bottle empty bottle, plastic bottle, and in my mind, I am a child, you know. So the child has a big imagination. So I say, maybe I wake up in my dream and I can do something. And this night, I wake up in my dream. So I'm very conscious. I was wake up in my dream. So it's not a dream, you know. So I walk into the river with the red water. And when I wake up, I have my bag in my shoulder. So I take my bag, open my bag, and take the bottle and feel inside the red water with a crystal inside the bottle. I close and continue my trip. And hello, beings, cat people, and feline people, and it was unbelievable. And I wake up in my bed. No bag. I have no bag with me. But when I get out my bed, I was my bag on the bottom of my bed. So I take my bag and I check my bag and I heard flock, flock. Oh my God, what is this? I open my bag and inside my bag, there is a bottle with the crystal inside the water, the red water. So I bring something real with me in my dream.
So that confirms that it wasn't an actual dream. It was actually a teleportation experience. And of course, when you're in the midst of it, it might seem like a vivid dream, but the fact that you brought back with you these crystals and that plastic bottle filled with water was confirmation that this actually was a real teleportation experience. So you have these crystals. Now, the water turns red because of the crystals. So was that because these crystals are red?
No, the crystal was green and the water was red. And my dad put a water inside, and unfortunately, it turned blackish inside the water. So after that, the hill property, because, oh yes, very important. My mother cooking, and she burned her hand, and my dad take a little ball of cotton and put the water, the red water inside, and take to the injury, and no bubble, and very heal instantly, no burn. So the water have healing, and it was very curious because this was she smelled orange flower, you know. It's curious, and there is a crystal inside the water, and when she put in her hand, she feel, oh, I feel better, and it's not burning. Oh my God, it's healing.
So these teleportation experiences are something that you discuss a number of times in Starseed Revelations too. And one of the kind of my personal favorites is the one where you were thinking about your girlfriend, and you were thinking about her so much that you accidentally teleported yourself from your bedroom,
yes,
to her place. So yeah, what happened, and how did your parents rescue you from that situation?
yes, I think the first time when I teleport himself in the toilet of the school, it was accidents, or somebody test me, because I don't want, at this time I was in a school exam and I don't want to get out to school. So I was in the toilet, and in a fraction of a second, I was dizzy, and when I opened my eyes, I was in the toilet, but not the same toilet. I was in the toilet in a few kilometers of the school, and all my stuff was in the school, in the schoolroom. There is my paper, my coat, and everything. And when they call a locksmith and they open the door, it was a toilet with no window, okay, and it was the 3rd floor, and the toilet was closed, locked inside. So when he opened the door, there is no Jean Charles, and I was in my toilet of parents. So my parents must lie to the director and say, "Oh, my son was sick," and blah blah blah. And it was the first time. The twice when I was in my room in the building of my parents in the 9th floor. This is the amazing teleportation, because I take the picture of my girlfriend, and I remember I say I do anything to be with her. And at this time, I was in a t-shirt, no pants, and can you imagine? And I disappear instantly, and I reappear in front of the door in a lot of kilometers of my apartment. No keys, no shoes, no ID, no coat. Everything was in my bed, and the door with the alarm system was locked. So when my mother came in the apartment and she discovered my my sweatshirt, my t-shirt, and the lovesy, she called my father and say, "Honey, we have a problem. Jean Charles is missing." Okay, what do you mean? Every stuff is here. Oh my God, it's a teleportation. Okay, I go. And my father bring me my my pants and a lot of things. It was an amazing experience for my parents, and a lot of years ago, they remember everything in detail about this experience.
And their testimony about those teleportation experiences is part of Starseed Revelation too.
Yes.
Which I think is, again, I just want to emphasize that there are very, very few contactees or insiders that go to the kind of effort that you've done to find corroborating evidence. And certainly getting your parents and your friends who saw you over the years do these remarkable things and have these experiences, it's a credit that you had that determination to track them down or to get them to go on camera and talk about it. So you have your parents confirming your teleportation experiences. So with the teleportation, I mean, that is quite remarkable. And it seems that there's a pattern where it happens spontaneously without you consciously trying to do it, but yet you can't replicate that consciously. I mean, if you try to do that, then it doesn't work.
No, so, it doesn't work, but there is 1 month trying something, and something happening, and all detail is in my new documentary, because there is a scientific proof about what's happened in my brain, because I was a very, very strange and unique brain. So you know what I mean?
Yes. Well, that's a very important part of this documentary, that you actually have a scientific analysis of your brain waves while you try to replicate this teleportation experience. And
I was very near to succeed, very near. And the people who analyzed my brain was amazing. They never seen before, and They travel over 24 countries in the world and to test our device, and they tell me they never seen before, never. So it's very important in my documentary, because if the scientist, if the witness, if a lot of person can corroborate with the science, it's a different level, you know.
Well, that's right. Yeah, because I mean, you have witness testimony, and you have also some scientific data testing you,
Yeah.
where you are trying to replicate this teleportation experience, and they're measuring your brain waves, and the results are really remarkable. So that's, I think, something people need to watch in the video itself. Now, you also describe an incident at the summer camp when you were, I mean, you had actually two sets of kind of like contacts, you know, one with extraterrestrials and one with the French secret space program. And you described seeing some kind of secret location, and you say you astral projected into that location and you saw these two red reptilians. So you want to explain what happened?
Yeah, when I was in this summer camp, there is a subterranean, like a subway in
Subterranean passageway.
Yes, and we discovered with my friend at this time this secret place under the center, the summer camp, and there is a long corridor, and in the end of corridor there is a big a door in the metal, and I think this door was very old, and outside this door I threw this door, and in my mind I can project my mind outside of my body, and I was outside, and I threw the door, and in my documentary I saw a large room with a lot of spaceship and different spaces, and there was a red reptilian with a red skin and yellow eyes with a, it was very special, because a lot of people say there is a green skin or brown skin for the reptilian, and it was the first time I saw a red skin in a reptilian. And this reptilian work for another big reptilian, Draco. I think this red reptilian was like slaver. They work for the chief, and there was a huge Draco with a bone crest here, and I was in the front with this Draco, and I talked to him and say, "What do you do here?" And he asked me, "What do they here?" So I can explain now because it's inside my documentary, but I was inside the door, and I was through the door, and I remember when I passed through the door, I felt every molecule of the metal inside of me, you know, like that, like the Terminator, you know, when he passed through the door. So it was a very important experience for me, because there is many years I would go inside this tunnel to know what's happened after this door, and I have the information what's happened outside this door.
So you describe that as a kind of astral experience. So this is really just where you project your consciousness. We're not talking about physical teleportation. This is projecting your consciousness and you having an interaction with these different extraterrestrial beings.
But very important, I can project my mind, but when I was in the front of this Draco or this red reptilian, they see me. So I was immaterial, but they see me and talk to me in telepathy, but he see me and come. And it was unbelievable because they have the technology to feel the energy and the astral travel. And if you want to project your mind in a special place, and there is a Draco or a reptilian or I don't know another beings, they feel you and they saw you.
Well, I know that's something that several remote viewers have described when they project their consciousness to remote view something, that the extraterrestrials, if they're there, that they can detect that. And I know Ingo Swann described going to the moon and seeing some extraterrestrials, and they saw him. I know some of the remote viewers with the Farsight Institute have also described a similar thing. So this is not kind of unusual that you can project your consciousness. And it's actually, it seems that this is just another one of the skills that came online since that very early experience when you were 4.
Yeah.
Now, I know what you did with the secret space program that you joined and that you were a part of, was that you were rescuing slaves. And that this is something you talked about before hearing about Tony Rodriguez's story. So you want to tell us what it was that you were doing?
Yes, I was in my office and I work very late in the night because at night I have my connection to create and work more easy. And there is no noise, so you can focus. And I remember I feel inside of me something very strange. I go to my sofa and relax, and at this moment, I can project my mind, and I remember some mission I have. And every mission I have, one in particular, in the Solaris colony, to rescue slave. And at this moment, I don't know Tony, and I don't know her story. And her book was not released 9 months after he released this book. And my reminiscence was 9 months before the revelation about everything about Tony in a Solaris colony. So the first time I saw Tony, I have a déjà vu and a feeling inside of me. I know these guys. I have a much love and friendship about these guys, and I don't know why. And I read something and, oh, okay, Tony Rodriguez is a guy who spent a lot of years in slavery in the secret space program. Okay. And at this time, I don't realize that is the link, because maybe I saw Tony or I rescued Tony, but this is the explanation why inside of me I have the feeling that I know these guys.
Now, I know that David Rousseau was also with you working on these on the French secret space program, and we did an interview together, the three of us, and he confirmed that he went with you on many missions and discussed encounters with Draco reptilians, and that some of the missions involved freeing slaves. So he corroborated that. Now, when you went to Ceres, now, did you remember encountering Dracos there, or grey extraterrestrials there, or Germans? Because Tony Rodriguez talked about it being a dark fleet base. So, did you encounter anything suggesting that this was a German or dark fleet facility?
I remember there was a lot of spaces. There was a Draco and there was a tall grey. But I don't remember humans, human like Nessie. Okay, there is a different people inside the cage in the prison, and there is a lot of spaces. Not only humans, there is people and humans, and there is also beings. They work for extract metal, minerals, and a lot of things, and it was very very hard to saw these people. Some people have a empty hand and empty leg, and it was horrible, It's torture and a lot of things. And I remember it was inside, not outside. It was inside the Ceres, because outside we don't see nothing. The prison and the mine to work was inside, and there is a lot of gray, but tall gray. I don't remember a short gray, but I remember tall gray. And the reptilian with a slave.
Now, you were known to the insiders or to the secret space program handlers, and you were approached by two men in black while you're working in Paris at a department store, and they wanted to recruit you because of your abilities. And so you want to say something about why it was that they wanted to recruit you, and your friend Laurent, who saw this?
Yes, I think they know my abilities, because begin to the beginning, when I was in my summer camp. Remember, I was sunstroke. A very big sunstroke, and I was hospitalized in an emergency. And when I was in this hospital, they do X-ray of my brain, and they discovered something very special. At the beginning, they think it's a dust, but they do twice, and it was a little metal capsule, like a Tic Tac, inside my mind. And I remember military guys inside my room say, okay, look, this boy is very special. So I think they write a report about a folder, a secret folder about me. And some people of this secret team or secret government and have this information about me. And after my youth age, I grew, and at this moment when I was adult and I work, they know everything about me, because they know for my brain, they know in my hospital, they know to the summer camp, they know to the SSP, because I think everything is linked with the Men in Black and the SSP, and a lot of secret things hidden. So when they go to my stand, to my shop, and Laurent was here, this guy know my abilities, and they ask me, do you want to work with us? And I say no. And my answer was not the good answer for us. And after that, I had a lot of big trouble. Like inside my documentary, I spoke about my big trouble with these guys.
Indeed. So you did have Laurent comment or interview, and he confirms that you were approached by these men in black. Now, can you talk a little bit about what happened afterwards? I don't want to give too much away, but there were at least 2 assassination attempts on you because you were approached, asked to join this group, which is, and we need to make the point that this is different to the French-American secret space program that you served on, that you did agree to work with that, but that these men in black were associated with another group, and you just felt instinctively that this was not right for you, and you said no. And so then there were these assassination attempts. You want to explain a little bit about that?
There is a lot of try to catch me for something I do in the streets, because sometimes I was witness about people problem in the street, and I help people in the street, but not naturally, with supernatural abilities. And the people talk, and there is an investigation about what's happened in the street. There's a guys with a strange abilities, and I think at this moment they go to investigate about me. And the citation about when you are not with me, you are against me. So these guys want my abilities to work for us. And one day I was in the street and go to shopping, and I go to a subway, and I was in front of 2 men in black, and they shoot me. And I don't tell with what, with a device. So this is just the explanation. The sequel is inside my documentary, but in the street, they shoot me.
And you have witnesses describing aspects of that. There's also photographs that
Yes.
you have, and also a scientist, Chris Essone, actually did an investigation to, because there was something involving one of these assassination attempts where they missed you, and it hit some iron railings of a staircase, and that he examined that. And so what did he find? Do you want to say anything about that?
There is a twice tentative, and the twice was in the stairs of my parents' apartment, and there is a trace about this aggression. I don't know if this is a good word, aggression. No, they tried to kill me inside the stairs of my parents' apartment. So after 32 years, there is a proof inside these stairs, and I'm thinking, how can show this proof, because I live in Quebec since 80 years, 18 years, sorry. So I contact Chris's son, and I asked to Chris, could you, I trust you. Okay, you are the first man of this planet. Go to the apartment in France to check the proof that something happened with energy, not from this world, happening in these stairs. And inside my documentary, I have the chance that Chris contact me and we do a webcam, and he was in France and I was here. So imagine, after 32 years, one man in France and one man in Quebec is in relation in live, and we can, okay, I show this, okay, oh my God, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, that's definitely a very important segment where Chris shares the results of his investigation and found that there was a power device there that some kind of electrical discharge that caused damage, which is consistent with what you were saying, that they use some kind of laser weapon on you. And but you know, I don't want to give away too much. People really need to check that out in Starseed Revelation 2. So now, I mean, we've been talking a lot about events that happened many years ago, and I think the last time we talked, we did an interview, you, Elena Danan, and myself, and we described you having joint experiences in Antarctica and in Egypt, and also you had an experience in Tibet as well. So I don't think we got to talk too much about Tibet, but there's an important connection between Tibet and you. So you want to explain what is this Tibetan connection?
It's amazing, my friend, because there is a lot of things corroborate with my link with Tibet. First of all, I was in the mountain here to hiking, and in the other way, there is a Tibetan monk. Why is they here? I don't know, but they come from me, and they salute me, and at this time I say, what? And I look the monk, and they don't do this for the other people, only for me. This is very curious, you know. So the Tibetan monk for the first time. After that, I was teleported to the Kailash mountain in the Tibet, and I saw very special things inside the mountain. It's like an ark, and with the beings inside in stasis, like in Antarctica, like in Egypt, the same pattern exactly. And at this moment, I was contacted by Mary Milmo with Cosmic Brilliance channel, and she wanted to interview me about something, and she tell me, I have a message for you. I have channeling information, and tell me if you have something about that. You are in connection with Tibet. I say, what? And she don't know me, and she don't know I was in the Kailash mountain. There is the 2 or 3 days. Nobody knows. And she tell me, you have a connection, a big connection with the Tibet. And this is very special, because there is a lot of things about Tibet. The monk in the mountain, my mind when I was teleported inside the Tibet in the Kailash mountain, and after that, this person tell me I have a connection with the Tibet, and I have something. It's very difficult because I don't want to tell a lot of lot of information about my. I'm very exciting, so I don't want to tell any detail inside my movies, So I have a connection with a lot of connection with Tibet, and I talk more after my release, maybe with you, my friend. But I have a lot of information about Tibet and a lot of place after that. But I don't tell nothing now because it's a secret at this moment.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are very interested in learning more about these fleets that arrived in our solar system. Now, Victor, you describe him as being part of the Alliance, and other times you've said the Alliance is the same as the Galactic Federation of Worlds that Elena Danan is working with. And both you and Lena and others have described fleets belonging to the Intergalactic Confederation having arrived, or some call them the Seeders, some call them the Guardians. Now, to learn any updates, do you have any information about what's happening now? I mean, people, there have been some that describe the Seeders as just being parked around Jupiter. Others say that they've some of them have arrived and are orbiting the Earth. So do you know anything about the Seeders and what they're doing?
The only information I have about the fleet, it's Victor information, because there is a lot of people spoken about in the internet and warning there is the end of the world and the solar flash and blah blah blah, and there is some true information, but it's you must check every information because every people afraid, and the frightening is powerful to Draco and a lot of spaces in low astral, So my information is there is a big fleet coming in our solar system. I don't know if it's for help humanity, because humanity wants to help himself. You don't wait like Jesus or special guys, and maybe, but I think the help is every people of this world in the same wave can help the humanity, and maybe the beings help us to progress, but don't wait help in the universe. There is something happening in the universe at this moment, I know, but for me, I don't have information that this is the end of the world, and I think the Earth is in a it's a big it's a big game in the universe. A lot of races, a lot of beings want the Earth, and I think the Draco, the all reptilian, and the Grey have agreements with a lot of government, so they don't want to destroy our Earth, But I know a lot of beings, good beings, want to stop Draco and stop this agreement, because with this agreement, the humanity can't rise like they want, and it's not a good thing, because Draco wants to lower frequency, and the frequency of Draco is the afraid people with information, with go inside your mind, and a lot of people in the internet appear like I don't have a name, but There are some people arrive and falling in the sky and blah blah blah. I am the truth and I am the best and I am okay, if you want, but the truth get out at the good moment, and I think this is a good moment to the truth arrive, and watch out for these people. No, not the truth, you know.
Well, that's very important because I'm a social scientist, and everything that I put out, there's always sources that I back it up with. And I've noticed that there's a lot of people that are coming forward and they're putting out information without any sources, and they don't try to corroborate their information in any way. They just put it out. And because they're, in some cases, very charismatic, good looking, they get a big audience. But you have to always ask yourself, well, where's the source? Is there any evidence for their claims? And these are people that are very good at just manipulating others through information. And that's what I like about working with you and working with Elena Danam, is that both of you actually go to a lot of effort to find evidence. I know Elena was a professional archaeologist and you're a filmmaker. And so you both, in your own separate ways, are looking for ways to corroborate what you've experienced, rather than just putting out a story and just that's enough. That you want the evidence and the sources to that help corroborate that, which I find very important.
Yeah, the very important things that I remember when I make my video capsule and my first documentary, Starseed Revelation. People say, "I trust you. You are a good guys, and you are a good vibration, but you are an extraordinary life, an extraordinary story. So, extraordinary life or story is extraordinary evidence. Do you have an evidence?" And once people send me an email, I would like to say, yes, I have, but it's not time. It's not time. And there is a people, okay, I trust you, but if you have a proof or witness, and now I have all this for me, and the other people talk about something, don't have witness, don't have proof, don't have evidence, don't have scientific proof, don't have. So it's very important sometimes to give something. You are not alone. Every time you saw a UFO, every time because if you have 45 or 15 years and you live with your parents, you live with your wife, your daughter, your friend, it's impossible during all your life you don't have a witness, because it's impossible. You live something very strange, and each time you are alone. It's not my case. It's not the case for the other people. Ask, I am the truth, and this guy is like that, and this girl is dead, and it is replaced by a droid, and blah blah blah. And are you kidding me? What is your proof?
So, Jean Charles, where can people go to get Starseed Revelation 2? Where can they watch it?
This is in the link below. You say Vimeo, in Vimeo. You can watch my new movie, my new documentary, Starseed Revelation 2. Is in French language, but it's subtitled in English, so the people in English can discover to keep the emotion inside because the French is my native language, you know. And a lot of people tell me, don't dub in English because we want to keep your emotion. So all is in French, but don't worry, you can read easily the subtitle in English. So thank you very much to follow me, and I hope this new documentary change your vision about Starseed.
Well, thank you, Jean Charles, for all your great work and going to that extraordinary effort to document and prove and find corroborating witnesses and documentation supporting what you've experienced. Really remarkable. I think it's one of the most important videos ever released, and I think people should go there and really take a look at it. So go to Jean Charles Vimeo channel for Starseed Revelation 2. The link is in the description to this video. So thank you and aloha.
Thank you very much, my friend. Have a nice day.
You have been listening to Exopolitics Today with Dr. Michael Salla. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Join or start a conversation in the comments. Take the time to explore the vast library of best-selling books, webinars, and podcasts by Dr. Salla. Visit exopoliticstoday.com.